So I hope you don't take this as irreverent, but I want to start with a joke, okay? All right. So this is an interjurisdictional story because I want to talk about interjurisdiction and how we at Adopt Us Kids and all the Training and Technical Assistance Network is tackling the issue of interjurisdictional placements of children, just like we're all tackling the issue of disproportionality. So a few weeks ago, I got to the airport in Detroit. I was coming out here, and I tend to bring a lot of baggage. You probably all know why. And I had 3 bags that day to check. And so I said to the Delta agent, okay, I'd like that bag to go to Los Angeles, I'd like that bag to go to Seattle, and I'd like that bag to go to Miami. And the agent said to me, but your ticket's for Washington. We can't do that. I said, well, I don't know why not. You did it last time. It's true. Okay. 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 Actually, baggage has really improved, baggage service, since we've gone to the scanners and those kinds of things. But what we haven't improved, really, is our movement of children across jurisdictional lines. And when we say interjurisdictional, we can mean many things across county lines, across state lines, and even across international lines, because we have now a national photo listing website out there, and we have families from other countries inquiring about adopting our kids. So this has been an issue that's been out there and out there and out there, and as we looked at the data in 2008 and 2009, the number of children crossing jurisdictional lines from state to state for the purposes of adoption out of the child welfare system has just remained flat. And at the same time, we have an increasing number of youth who are aging out of the system and have to ask ourselves why. Heidi mentioned a little while ago how distressing it is for the staff in Baltimore to pick up the phone and hear from a family, well, I'm interested in a child from another state, but my state says they don't do placements across state lines. It's even more distressing when one of the 4,500 families who are registered on the Adopt Us Kids website, who have approved home studies to adopt children, call us and say, I live in state X, I saw a sibling group of 6 children in state Y, and I talked to the worker, and the worker says, oh no, we don't place those kids across state lines. Something's wrong there. Something's wrong there. We've got the resources, we got the kids. So in 2008, Adopt Us Kids did a national work group that focused on interjurisdictional barriers. In 2009, we had another national work group that focused on interjurisdictional solutions. And the work that you're going to see in just a minute is an outgrowth of that. It didn't turn out, when we first envisioned this, we wanted it to be called interjurisdictional success stories. We thought we could just go to those states, because you're out there, talked to Tim Swift yesterday, states are out there that know how to move kids across state lines very smoothly and efficiently and quickly and economically. So we thought that we would get interjurisdictional success stories. Instead, we didn't. We got something that turned out like the issue that Kathy Crosby talked about with the ad campaigns, and that is addressing those personal factors that influence whether or not a state, a worker, a unit, a supervisor will consider an out-of-state placement for a child. We tapped the talents of Rich Newman, who did the Road to Foster Care and Adoption DVD for us that we've showed many times, and we've distributed thousands of them to all of you. Rich volunteered all his time for that one. He volunteered all of his time for this one as well, and in addition, his daughter wrote the music, which is pretty incredible. So we have a 5-minute version and a 20-minute version. We're going to show you the short one today, and I just want to tell you that some of the pieces that are in the 5-minute version are not in the long version, so you're going to want both. and they're on a single DVD that you have in your hands. We did a limited production of these because in the next couple of months we're going to have a new and improved of this, and what's going to be on here is an interjurisdictional curriculum or training and technical assistance materials being developed by the National Resource Center for Recruitment, Retention, Fostering, Adoptive Kids. So please join us in watching this, and please pick up the phone and call us to come out or to engage with you on the phone to help your state to resolve your interjurisdictional barriers. A colleague of ours, Barbara Pearson, who was one of the founding members with Adopt Us Kids with the collaboration, said very wisely that interjurisdictional problems are not interjurisdictional problems. Interjurisdictional problems are local problems that are played out on an international scene or a national scene. And I think she was very, very right. So we're there to offer the technical assistance to go along with this. And Rich Newman was an Adoption Excellence Award recipient last year because of the work that he did. I also want to publicly recognize not only Rich and his daughter, Christy, but also Jackie Prey, who worked on the production of this over the course of many, many months. And in addition to that, you're going to see some rock stars here. Many of you in this room appear in this video, giving your perspectives on what it takes to accomplish an interjurisdictional placement. So we're going to do that.
For all of the roles that we play in the lives of children and families, from administrators to providers of services and so forth, the one unacceptable role in child welfare is that of a spectator.
I would love to have a permanent home. We want to be able to feel secure somewhere.
I want a permanent home, not just moving around place to place.
Every child really has a fundamental right to grow up in a family and to grow up in a permanent, loving family.
And I was talking to the worker, and she said, "Oh, Barbara, that's just so far. That's just so far away." But I had to tell her, I said, "Don't worry about it. He's going home."
Also having a sense of urgency that in the kids' lives every day makes a big difference.
We can help identify resources, public and private resources, community resources, not just government resources, in the state where the family lives, as well as the state where the child lives, because it's going to take a lot of cooperation to make the adoption happen. The geographic location of that family is secondary or should not be a consideration at all.
We need to think of the children as our children. They're not New York's children, they're not Kentucky's children, they're not California's children, but they're our children, wherever they may be. And that all our children need and deserve a permanent home.
If that family's in a different zip code, that's okay. We need to help them make that happen.
Social workers need to put down their own biases, their own fears, and really put the kid and think of the kid's fears and see why it's so important that we do and make good matches. They do happen. They happen all the time.
Doesn't this child deserve a chance to have a permanent, loving, safe home where that child can thrive?
We have to believe in the possibility parents and children don't care where one another comes from. We have to be able to see it the way they see it, see beyond that, because love doesn't know boundaries.